Come, y'all. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, you guys wish you were in our conversation.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
We had a time.
Juicy. I haven't seen these girls in a while, and it was worth every minute that I waited.
This is like, but this is 18 years.
Oh my gosh.
This is 18 years.
It is. Oh,
Isn't it crazy?
Okay. 18 plus 10.
18.
Wait a minute. But, what y'all don't know is what we talked about.
No.
Dinner, and I can't tell y'all
Is it?
because this juice was off the hook.
It was top secret.
He was fighting. And I don't even know how I look right now because I had a couple margaritas. I did. And that was loud in this restaurant. And it was a nice restaurant. 6 out of 10.
A 6 out of 10.
A 6 out of 10.
6 out of, what's it called? Principe? Principe?
I think it's
Principe.
I don't know if it's Principe. Principe. Whatever it was. Let me tell you what they needed. Some seasoned egg.
Wait, let me make sure that the back seat is here. You so silly. Okay, so I'm coming home late. Everyone's asleep, so I'm doing it. I'm doing my house everything in the stairwell, and I have to pee. Okay, long sleeve t-shirt from Zara. Some old leather pants from Sanjo. Kith hat. My Kate boots, because they're comfy. And my old coat from Nasty Gal. And I've been loving this little purse from Zara too, a little sculptural moment. I'll tag everything. I'll see y'all later. Good night. Oh my gosh, cookies. So it is, what day is it? It is Tuesday, the 20th. I am sitting at home. I'm dressed. I'm going to speak on a panel for the Black Beauty Club this evening at the Dumbo House. And I am like, I'm nervous only because like the topic of conversation is more about like hot topics in beauty, unpopular opinions, different things that come to mind between myself, the panelists, and the audience. So it's like anything could happen. I remember being at one of their other events where the conversation was a little bit more focused. They were talking about like plastic surgery, you know, the cons and the pros, people who've had it, people who do it, doctors that do it, and people who are against it. And I remember the audience kind of having like a little bit of like, it was a little bit of tension in the air about, you know, opposing views. And I was like, ooh, oh God, like how do we navigate through this, you know, type of thing if something like that were to come up. So I'm just hoping for the best. The other reason why I'm kind of nervous is I've only had one FaceTime call with one of the other panelists and the leader, one of the founders of the Black Beauty Club. And I still haven't met the third panelist. So, you know, I'm curious about how our vibes will mesh and how we'll flow in conversation. I just want it to be a positive flow. You know what I mean? I'm overthinking, I know, but I can't help myself. I'm just thinking, you know, but also, y'all, I am tuned and locked into this TikTok phenomenon that's happening right now where this woman who's originally from New Jersey named Reese, hold on, let me see her last name on TikTok, but she lives in Georgia and she is doing I think 51 or 52 part video series called Who the F Did I Marry? Her name is Risa Tisa. And they mentioned, my friends on Instagram mentioned it to me on my live last night. They were like, what do you think about this whole situation? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Went on TikTok after the live, looked into it. She had a disclaimer video first, then part one started. And I said, well, I love the fact that she's very professional about all these things. And she is telling us play by play about this pathological lie that she married in 2020 and how everything came out, how, you know, the types of experiences she had within the red flags, all these things. I am tuned in at episode 23. I don't think I've really did any work today. Like I think I answered like 3 emails. I don't remember anything else I've done. I folded some laundry, but I have been so locked into this storytelling time. It is amazing that this woman has got us locked in with her story. And each post is 10 minutes long. Over 50 episodes. She's a genius. But also, you can tell how cathartic it is for her to express her experience. And I also said this on my live last night, which got cut off. I didn't appreciate that. I said, this year, a lot of people have been saying this is a year of exposure. We are going to be telling our traumatic stories. We are going to be relating on a whole other level. We are going to hold people accountable, or at least put their face and names out there for them to consider to be accountable, or at least have people aware of the instability or dangers of dealing with them on certain levels. I am for this woman and her whole story. I don't care how long it is. I'm invested. I'm halfway through. I am invested. Okay. And everything that this man took from her, I hope she gets it tenfold from another beautiful, truthful, loving source. Anyway, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put in the link for the very first episode for you to tap all the way in. And if y'all don't have TikTok, listen, you might want to make TikTok just for this story, because she is like, her story is just, it is amazing. She is such an amazing storyteller. She is, I just love how she speaks. Her voice is soothing. You connect with her. The way she pauses, the way that she even demonstrates how he spoke. All the things. I am tuned in. It is literally a Lifetime movie, but in TikTok format. Anyway, I will, oh yeah, let me show you what I'm wearing. And then in about 20 minutes, I'm going to call an Uber. I don't feel like driving and looking for parking or paying for parking. I don't feel like it's going to be the same thing as Uber back and forth. I'm going to Uber over there. I'm going to get there 30 minutes early. Hopefully people are there from the club and maybe the other panelists, so I can just get a vibe. Or if not, I'm just going to sit there for 30 minutes just being nervous by myself. Anyway, let's look at my outfit, because I know you want to see it. Well, I don't know. I want to show you. Anyway, here we go. Alrighty. So starting off with the top, I am wearing the Frankie Shop oversized sweater with these, the Dries maxi skirt. Ooh, I'm still learning, y'all. I'm still learning how to work this thing. But I am wearing this maxi skirt. It has a split in the back for easy walking purposes. And I'm wearing my over the knee boots from Rick Owens. Yeah. And what else? I'm wearing my Banana Republic coat. And guess what I just got in the mail? It wasn't on sale from Essence, but I was like, let me just get it because I like the price point. The Puppets and Puppets cookie bag. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? A cookie bag for a cookie? I can't get over it. And originally, maybe it was a bigger size. I'm not sure. But originally I saw this bag for like $5 something. And I was like, I'm not doing that for a little bag with a cookie on it. I don't know. It's just something about, I feel like I think I am a cheapo when it comes to purchasing handbags. I'm like, I gotta have a discount. I need a discount. It needs to make sense, or it needs to be on sale. So anyway, I popped this in my cart for the Essence sale, and I got 2 other items on sale. I probably will do like a little unboxing because I feel like I got some cool pieces recently. I got some gifts recently that I'm like, actually, I am not getting sponsored for. I'm not getting paid about. And I need to like show you these things. And it's not even something within the luxury realm. Let me turn this around because now I'm talking to y'all. It's actually something that's not really in the luxury realm of what I've normally purchased just on my own. So I think it'll be really interesting to talk about because I'm like, actually, these pieces hit. And I'm not getting paid to talk to y'all about it. Not that I have to be paid to talk to y'all about anything, but like I noticed some other of our favorite influencers are getting paid to talk about it. But I feel like I have a few more pieces to show. And I'm actually really excited about it. So I don't know if I'll do the unboxing before this episode or not. Because technically I don't even have a video for tomorrow. And it's Wednesday tomorrow. Also, red lip from Prada. Yes, I spent that much on a lipstick. I was just curious to see about the formula. You know what I mean? I'm trying out more beauty products. Please shut up. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna watch one more episode from Reese Tisa about who the hell she married. And I'm gonna get in the Uber and I'll probably listen to one more episode on the way over to Dumb House because it's not that far from my house anyway. But yeah, this will be a vlog that will cover over a course of a few days because I have another panel I'm speaking on Thursday. I am scared. I know what y'all gonna say. Y'all gonna be like, yeah, you could do this. I know. Like I believe that I can as well. But I just always get nervous with public speaking. I've always had a problem with it. You know, a couple years ago, I went to comedy school and I did stand up and I performed, I believe, 3 shows in total. 2 at the Comedy Cellar and 1 at this other place on the Upper West Side. Hold on. So yeah, I cursed at the window, not out the window, so they didn't hear me cursing, so they're going to probably keep on barking, y'all. I'm sorry. But I remember having really good, well, really, my first time performing stand-up at that club on the Upper West Side, I performed my whole entire bit in front of the crowd. The light was so bright I couldn't see outward. And they knew it was my first time doing a set. And I feel like people were watching in a sense, were like, oh my God, like she's hitting her comedic beats. Like, this is dope. This is so cool. It's the first time I'm in awe. Like, that's what they were telling me afterwards. But also my fly was down the whole time and I was sitting in front of these people. Oh my God, it was so embarrassing. I'm like, why didn't anyone tell me? They were like, well, we was trying to tell you with our eyes, but you can't see us because the light was so bright. I'm like, that makes sense. Damn it. So while I did well on my first show, I also embarrassed myself with my fly wide open. Fupa all out, child. And then when I actually finished the program the school that I was going to, I did the 2 shows and the first show was a hit. It was amazing. I talked about this ex-boyfriend of mine that I found out that he was cheating on me, and I told the story about that. And then the second show came up. And for me, I really wasn't into, you know, comedians will go to club and perform the same bit for like a season, right? This was only like 2 weeks apart, these shows, right? And I was like, I kind of want to change up my bit a little bit. Like, I want to tell a different story this time. And my teacher was like, are you sure, Carolyn? I'm like, yeah, like it has the same beat. It's the same flow. It's just a little bit, it's a different story completely. I think the story was about this woman, how I was a manager at Equinox clubs and how I would have to go into the locker rooms, the women's locker rooms, and like some women were just so easygoing about being naked, and it was just a lot. Sometimes I was traumatized by some of the things that I saw in that locker room, and I talked about that in my second gig. But before I got on stage, you know, my teacher saying like, are you sure? It kind of got to my head. I had a lot more confidence prior to getting to stage, obviously. I was thinking, and I think I went deaf. Like I went deaf and I couldn't hear, and I was having like basically I had a panic attack. I still performed. I don't remember anything. I don't remember the laughter, anything. I remember my roommate was there. She was like, yo, you're so funny. Like, you did such an amazing job. But I don't remember anything. And from then, I think that was probably like 2015. Since then, I have, you know, always had a fear about stage presence and speaking in front of physical people. It's very different speaking into a camera, knowing that, you know, I can edit things out, but rarely do. You know what I edit out the most? When I say, oh my God, I say, a lot, especially when I'm just doing a face-to-face and speaking about like educational things within fashion or pop culture, whatever. I say a lot of, or, you know. So I edit that crap out of there. But, you know, it is different when I am actually speaking to a camera versus when I'm in front of a room full of people. And I try to just think about, I am me. I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm comfortable in my body. I'm comfortable in this outfit that I picked out for myself. I like it. I'm comfortable knowing that I am able to navigate conversations well. Like, God is going to give me the gift of words that he wants me to leave impressions on people with. Like, I think about all positive things, but I always just think about anything that could go wrong, might go wrong. Like, I just can't help it. So I'm only human. So I'm going to try to run away my jitters by watching one more of this episode on TikTok and getting my Uber and heading over to Dumbo House. So once we get there, I'll try to put the stand on it today. First time doing that. And I will have it set up somewhere where you can get a bit of view, or I'll have one of my friends do a little of a moment when we're speaking. I don't know. But I'll show you the space as much as I can, because Dumbo House is actually like no camera, no phones out type of thing. But I'll get as much as I can. I'm sure I'll get something. But anyway, all right, cookies. I'll see y'all in a little bit.
I used to get the work for
I'm so happy to have all of you guys here together, and I'm so happy also that we get to kick off with this very, very spicy conversation that we have. This is the only conversation that we continuously have every couple of months, and boy, is it a good thing. Hi, I'm ready.
You said come spicy, so. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, beautiful people. Happy Black History Month. My name is Dion. I'm a producer and casting director in the fashion and beauty space. So my question is, I'm going to try not to be extra spicy, but for the influencers in the room that's pumping out skin content, like, does that shit even work? Like, you're posting skin cleansers every other day. Do you think your audience believes that it's actually working, or that's my thing, like, do you need to pump out that much content all the time, or do you need to draw it back a little bit and just start to become, like, be really honest with your audience? So that's my question. Like, is the content more important, or actually, like, giving authentic feedback on the product?
I'm gonna let y'all, since you guys are actually multi-dimensional women who also create content.
I mean, I could answer part of that. So, hey y'all, my name is Carolyn Gray. How y'all doing? I was nervous before, but now I'm not. Anyway, so because my leverage is I don't focus fully on beauty. So when beauty brands approach me, I'm like, okay, what's this all about? And I do have a conversation around what they're trying to do, what their products have, if it's clean, all the things, right? But I also try to give myself a little bit of time to try it out, to actually see if it works for me. I ask for ingredients, and I kind of work around that. So I personally, as a content creator that will dabble in the beauty space, I take a little bit more time testing out the product before I roll it out to other people. And I will say, you know, there's a brand that I love, and I know y'all know, Epilogic. Fans in the house. That brand done got my face all the way together. But I have told my audience, I said, there's only one product I cannot use because I'm allergic to it, because it has rose hips in it. So I like to communicate those things. But I can understand when it comes to beauty creators on a daily, how it can look. But, you know, I hope that we're having conversations on the back end with brands where we're saying, listen, I would love to try it out, but give me like 2-3 weeks to see if my face goes crazy or not. You know what I mean? So as a creator, we're responsible to try to drive those conversations. How do y'all feel about that?
Like push out of this product, because it takes 30 days to start seeing results. So if you're posting a new skincare product every 2 days, like, I don't believe that shit, because it's like you actually didn't test it and the brand just is giving you a check. So for content creators, we should be more mindful, and also just taking a more editorial approach to the content, because to Tony's point, like, is this gonna work for oily skin? All black people are oily, like, for the most part, most black people are oily. Skin is genetic, so that's another story. But yeah, I agree with everything else.
dermatologist if you want to. There are white dermatologists I've gone to that know how to work with all skin types. If you are choosing not to do that, then you are blocking your own blessings and blocking your own income. We can also, you know, do some of the pushing. So
speak up. Oh, I'm on the side that makes sure that the revenue is coming in. So it's not only like a threat to journalism, but it's also what are the brands that are going to pay for the magazine to continue to exist? Right. And so what do you need to say in order to make sure that that brand has the recognition that they need for the product because they're paying for that? Where journalists obviously do not want to and should not pay for to endorse a product because that's obviously always just going to be considered branded content. But there is that other side of it that's like, this magazine needs to keep running. Who's going to make sure that keeps running? It's the brands that are paying for the editorial credibility of their products. So there is this very strange, often murky dance that has to happen in order for the business to keep running, because as you said earlier, Kayla, like that's the bottom line, right? The money is the bottom line, unfortunately. So there is always going to be that tug of war, especially now. That's all.
I'm a brand strategist, so my opinion is going to differ from everyone else's just because I'm going to see this from a brand strategy standpoint more than anything. So I've worked with a lot of brands that you guys probably used, topicals, Hyperskin. I was on the front lines of helping these women launch these brands. And one of the things about it, I want to say, and this might be a very unpopular opinion, I always tell my clients who are Black women, do not only exclude your audience to just being Black women. Right. Why? The reason why is because you are going to cap yourself when it comes to profit and making money, right? Now, if there's only 12% of us in this country, right? You're telling me that your money is going to come from 12% of people in this country. How are you going to grow and scale your brand? That doesn't make any sense at all whatsoever. Not only that, if you even notice, when I first worked with topicals, right? When we did our creative direction for the first shoot ever, there was only one Black woman. The rest was an Asian, sorry, not an Asian girl. The other two girls were white. So if you've noticed with topicals, do you only see Black people with topicals? No, exactly. Now you do. But just because you're a Black-owned brand, you're a Black woman, does not mean that you only have to sell to your race, right? When it comes to making money and being able to get these $1 million of funding, how else do you think you're gonna get this money? So when it comes to Sacred, for example, what I actually do like is the fact that the problem out there, let's be real, having colored hair is hard, okay? Having chemically treated hair is hard. Now, as a Black woman, I'm sorry, I hate the wash and go shit. I be looking like Annie, okay? And my hair is red, I be looking hit. I be looking front, it's poor, it's getting that, right? Now, the wash and go does not work for me, and something like Pattern, her products does not work for me. And I also like wearing a silk press. I feel like sometimes when we think of natural hair, we have this one idea of what natural hair is, but we have to understand that there's a sense of multidimensionality when it comes to our hair. Some of us like rocking bust down, some of us like we're rocking silk presses, but what about in between? How do I keep or maintain the integrity of my hair in between all of these styles and these transitions? What I feel like Sacred is doing is that they're trying to be the Black version of Olaplex and K13. Because the thing is that I didn't even know that Olaplex was for Black women until I seen women, Black stylists on TikTok, use it on Black women's hair. So now when it comes to storytelling, so on and so forth, we have to remember that it's not Beyonce that's curating this herself. It is an agency that is creating this. So when a client comes to me and they tell me they want to create a brand, I'm the one that has to develop the story. I'm the one that has to do the copywriting and all of those kinds of things. But I feel like Beyonce, and yes, I am a member of the Beehive, but again, I'm looking at this from a brand strategy standpoint, right? I feel like when Beyonce has ever done something, I remember when she first announced that she was going to depart from Destiny's Child, the hate she got was unreal. Yeah. Like, she was getting death mail, and one thing, Beyonce's a Virgo. Virgo's mouths are crazy. That is why she personally does not say anything anymore. If you go back to Beyonce back in the days, she would call up Wendy Williams and curse out Wendy Wendy Williams on the show. Now, that was Beyonce beforehand. She has had so much media training, though, and there's so much value placed on her brand. But what's happened is Beyonce has become so aspirational, she's not inspirational anymore because she set the bar so high, which is why even with country music right now, people are like, oh, Beyonce can't be a country artist because now she's going to have to make people actually work. And people are now actually going to be comparing her work. Well, you're not like Beyonce. So I feel like when it just comes to, and this is just people coming into the market with brands, everybody's going to judge you at the end of the day. There's always going to be skepticism, especially with celebrity brands, but we have to remember whenever we see a celebrity brand, it is going to be built out of their likeness. When I seen Taraji come out with a hairline, I said, what the fuck? Like, I never seen it, and it's good, right? And it's good though, but guess I never, even with Rihanna, and this is just me as a consumer, love Rihanna down. When I first seen Fenty, I was like, oh, she's coming out with a makeup line. I wasn't tuned into the fact that she was doing her makeup every day because these people actually have makeup artists on payroll. So we have to remember with celebrities, just like anybody else that's starting a business, they're doing the same thing. They're trying to make money. So even though granted, she is, I have a list right now.
Brittany, I think you're giving her way too much credit. I mean, let me tell you why. The reason why Abigail is a prime example, even Amicale, the latest thing that they launched, they have so many more diverse spaces on there. So I completely agree. But it's like what's Mary just said. You can't come out with a product and a whole collection and then go on specifically Essence and talk about black rituals, and then go on the website and then have just one or two black looking people. That's not valid.
Oh my gosh, guys. So I'm back home. I've eaten a little something. I was hungry when I finished the panel, and everybody, my mom, my dad, Carlos, I had calls with them. They're all asleep. My mom is back from Aruba in the States. She's back home in Baltimore. But anyway, yes, I'm just sitting here and thinking, and I really enjoyed myself at the panel this evening. I was just nervous about all the things, and it ended up just working as smooth as possible. The conversation flowed really nicely. I had my co-panelist Kayla and Unique by my side. Unique is hilarious. I didn't realize Kayla is a Virgo like me, and she definitely is like super grounded and calming, whereas like Unique is just like a bundle of energy and joy, and like very just, she's that girl. She's that hot girl energy, and I love that. So I liked flowing with that. I did anticipate like some people or someone to get like a little heated over a concept or an idea that we were talking about, and we ended up talking about Beyonce's new hair care collection, Sacred, and we stayed on the topic for quite some time, like a little bit longer than we probably should have, but people were getting really heated. Like, I can understand a lot of sides of it, you know. Personally, I think I got some lipstick on my chin. I don't know. It's fine. This lipstick is hanging on tight because I did not reapply after eating that ramen, and it still looks great. Well, good to me from this screen. But anyway, I understand all the sides of like people and their thoughts towards Beyonce's new brand, but I'm just curious to see how it works for my hair. You know, I've tried a lot of other Black-owned companies, and like I feel like there's one or two products from every collection that works. It's just you have to see what works for you and try it on your hair. You know, some points that people brought up was that, you know, the website just opened up the product today, and already there's 40 reviews on a product, obviously from influencers or different people that they collaborated with for the marketing, and maybe some of them are paid, maybe some are not. There was some insight on, you know, Beyonce is not the only stakeholder in this company, that she is collaborating with other people. Supposedly the same owners for Living Proof to create this brand. I'm going to fact check some of these things, but I'm just saying, like, off top of my dome, like, this is what was discussed. And like, also some people are just like kind of bothered by some of the marketing that they saw, and that when they go to the website of Sacred, that they don't see dark skin or brown, deeper brown skin people with like 4C hair represented on the campaigns or on the website. And while I do think that that is super valid, other people made points too that I thought were really important, was that, you know, it's obvious like Beyonce doesn't want her brand to be specifically seen as for Black people only. It's a brand for everyone, which most companies, beauty, skincare companies, wellness companies, any kind of company, you want to be for all type of people. So your marketing should be diverse. And I also feel like, personally, while looking at the campaign, I was like, oh, wait, there's like a redhead girl, like a chemically treated redhead girl. And I'm like, oh, that's good for like chemical treated hair. I'm curious, you know, I want to see, oh, it's good. You know, I saw my curl pattern represented, but I can only imagine how it feels to be someone that doesn't have a certain curl pattern that has a curl pattern that wasn't represented on the campaign. But also, I'm just spitting out so many different sides, right? Just to consider, just to think about. We've only known about Sacred for what, the last 2 weeks or whatever. The brand just opened its website today. It hasn't even been 24 hours at this point of me recording this that the brand has opened up its website, you know, and I just hope that Beyonce becomes a bit more human and connects more and shows us her actual hair care process, and connects more with the community that's looking at this brand, because she didn't really do that with anything else that she's done that is outside of music, and it's a product-based venture. I did notice that she has, you know, dabbled back into, you know, helping finance founders and stuff like that. I think she put like a $500,000 fund for beauty brands or entrepreneurs, or I don't remember what it was for, something within the beauty space, grants and whatnot. And then also she put together an influencer event for Sacred. So I'm like, wait, Beyonce did. First of all, why you know why you invite me? Y'all don't know me. Oh my God. I would love to have gone. But anyway, like, that is a sign that she might be actually listening to the Beehive and others, saying like, you know, if you really want to sell us something, like, girl, we'll pull up to the tour. That's not a problem. We're going to listen to the music. But when you want to do other things, like, you need to kind of tell us a little bit more about yourself and like share a little bit more. Like, you're so guarded. You're so aspirational. You're untouchable. And like, what's the point? You know, whereas like we can really relate more to the Rihannas of the beauty world, Tracee Ellis Ross, Taraji P. Henson, all those things. Like, it just makes more sense because like they reach out more. They talk to us on these platforms. So we understand the story behind, the reason behind, the why behind their brands. So maybe Beyonce is finally taking a note out of that book, hopefully, and takes that serious. Like, it means something to connect a little bit more with your consumer base outside of music. But like, it definitely took a lot of time at the panel, and people were kind of getting heated, going back and forth. Another topic that people were getting heated over was like, do men deserve to have grace while discovering new hair products, or like, you know, plants, what's it called? Hair plugs, or like hair transplants, or toupees, or like the new lace fronts for men. Some people were like for it and supporting of it. Listen, for me, I'm like, listen, do what you need to do. I understand. That's your crown too, King. So, you know, you got to figure it out. I mean, obviously there's some things that I'm just kind of like a little weary about. You know, they going over there to Turkey to get them plugs put in. But at the same time, I hope that they're not one of those men that make fun or degrade women for going to Colombia for a BBL, because like, your karma's going to come back, baby. Don't don't disregard women and their beauty standards and their practices, because now you're tapping in, right? But then I also understand that there are men that are not like that, who are really interested in, you know, recreating their hairline because it makes them feel more confident. And I totally understand it, and I respect that and support that. So some people were for it, some people were like, use a grown-ass man. If you balding, then go ahead and be bald. Like, Slayer Gang was in the building. Taylor was talking bad shit. That was so funny. And she spoke about how she felt about that particular topic. But it was really cool to see like all the back and forth and to meet Kayla and Unique in person for the first time. And I think we connected really well. And a lot of my homegirls pulled up. Aziza, Ivory, Daniqua, Camille, Melissa. I was like, wait, guys, it felt so good to know that your kinfolk is in the building. Yeah, Brittany, all that. So like, it was a really good time, but I am so tired and I want to do some skincare. I've been doing really good this week. I want to do a little bit of sculpting on my face, with the new face. I've been doing really good with that. And yeah, I'm going to turn it in, and I need to make a video for tomorrow morning, to post for at noon. I'm going to make a video haul. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. But I need to drink a lot of water before I go to bed. Also, I'm feeling a little dehydrated. But anyway, that was dope cookies. I hope y'all enjoyed it in this little spiel. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to do a little work in the house in the morning. And we're going to pick up Carlos from the airport and bring him home. It's a bittersweet day. His mom was walking on her own today without the walker, without any help, moving around, cutting herself an apple in the kitchen. Like, she was moving, like they FaceTime me immediately. She was literally walking and like crying and like feeling so liberated by that moment. I thought that was really dope. She's like determined to come back to New York. I know she's not the most comfortable, you know, in North Carolina, away from the rest of the family, but at least she's with her daughter and her son-in-law. But I just feel like she'd rather be in New York, where she knows that's the environment that she knows the best. So I kind of feel like something clicked in her mind. She was like, I'm going to relearn how to fully walk, and I want my car back, and I'm here for all of it. I really am. But yeah, anyway, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Okay? And yeah, stay cool. And I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go night-night. Okay, bye. So I am heading to JFK to pick up Carlos. I did not finish my editing. I didn't finish my editing for tonight's video. I had like 10 more minutes left and several links to like link. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick my boyfriend up, and then he has 2 deals that he wants to secure. He's a real estate broker, and he wants to see the properties in person. One's in Brooklyn, the other one is in Queens. So I'm thinking plan of action. I'll go with him to the first property, see what it's hitting for. And then I will take an Uber from that property back to our house so I can wrap up the edit. And then I have a phone call, and I need to have that conversation.
In 1 mile, keep left.
After I post tonight's video, as well as posting a branded partnership Instagram reel with a brand called Ever. It's a skincare brand, really good. They have like this daily facial thing that does really well. I really like their stuff. So yeah, I have like 5 minutes to get there, and Carlos has already landed. So I'm like, I don't like when people have to wait at the airport. You know, you want to pull up so it's all smooth, to be like, you know, you come out the door, I'm right there. I want to be right there when you come out the door.
Keep left.
But anyway, I'll show you when he comes out the airport. Yay!
Thank you for calling Carlos Gaviria. I'm unavailable to take your call.
Not Carlos not picking up the phone as I'm arriving. Like, young man, where are you? Okay, so I'm using my phone because it's just easier right now. So Carlos wasn't out there. He wasn't answering his phone. And then I finally got a hold of him after I had to move out where where we were pulling up and stuff. They were like, girl, you got to move. He finally called me back, and he got a phone call with someone being mean to him, basically, and it pissed him off. And he doesn't have good reception, but he just let me know where he's going to be. So I'm going back around and to pick him up. So I don't know if I'm going to show him because he seemed like he was not in a good mood. So we just going to see how he feel when he come outside. Because I don't want to have the camera in his face. And he like, bitch, get the finger. He wouldn't call me bitch, but he'd be like, bitch, get the camera out my face. I don't want to do that. But hopefully he'll cool down as he's waiting for me to come back around. Because I'm so excited to see him. Mad or not. Hey, guys, communication is very key. I come back around and I'm thinking he's right here. But then he informs me he hasn't even picked up his baggage yet. I'm like, you had a carry-on bag. You didn't think that you could tell me that they made you check your bag? I would just have parked up somewhere and waited for your ass to let me know when you was looking at the door of the street. I'm not mad. I just feel like it could have been done a little bit better with the communication process. Let me know the details so I know how to handle myself. Jesus. Not everybody. Here's the thing. I'm going to Virgo all over the place sometimes, I'm not upset. I just wish he would have told me that that they made him check his bag. And I also wish he would have told me, because I looped around for the second time now, and now I have to do it again. He tells me he's not even outside near the door, doesn't even have his bag yet. It would have been nice to know that before I looped around again, and then I just cussed at a man who was trying to walk when it wasn't his pedestrian turn to walk. He gonna curse in my car. I said, bitch, the light is green for me, not for you. Huh. Sir, you don't want no problems. I don't want no problems either. I don't even have my pepper spray with me. I don't want a problem. Looking like he came from Midtown East, coming off of work at Deloitte. Boy, if you don't get out my face, your vest and your button down, Oxford shirt. Sir, sit down. This ain't the city, boo. Want to get ran over? Okay, I'm sorry. Trying to shake it off because Carlos kind of annoyed me a little bit just now. I'm like, why wouldn't you tell me you don't got your bag? You don't think that that's important? I'm over here running ragged around these highway parts. I got a quarter tank of gas. A little bit more than a quarter tank. But you got to talk to me, honey. You got to tell me something. Because I need to know the information. Good Lord, let me over. Let me over. Give me room. Oh, Lord. Anybody watch The Color Purple? The new one? It's on HBO Max, and I cried. You hear me? Love the music. Yeah. Anyway. All right. I'm going back around. I'm going to slow down a little bit if I can. I got to figure this out.
Hi, boo. You look happy. I'm glad you're here. I missed you.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're in the way.
I was gonna cross climb real quick.
Come on in.
Curtis. Paging Curtis. The directors just would like to welcome everyone to this evening's panel discussion. And before we get started, I want to first and foremost thank our very gracious host, Christian Louboutin. And we really appreciate you having us here this evening. And just want to take a few minutes for those who are new to Bragg to tell you a little bit about the organization. Bragg is 54 years old, and Bragg, is an organization that focuses on preparing and educating students, entrepreneurs, and professionals of color for leadership roles in the industry. Some of the things that we're very proud of is we have alumni who've come through the program over 1,200 strong. We've given out over $1.5 million in scholarships, and we're also very proud of our college chapters. And so, in addition to that, we do host networking events like the one we have here this evening, and it's just a great community. So if you're not a member, we encourage you to join.
Thank you so much, Ellen. Thank you so much to the Louboutin team for having us. We're so excited. Isn't this space just amazing? This is just amazing. Note, you cannot come back here during the week, okay? So Carolyn Gray is a dynamic force for Baltimore, Maryland with Arubian and African American heritage. She embarked on her fashion journey at 17, earning a bachelor's in merchandising management from FIT with roles at Barney's, Elle Magazine, and Saks. She's honed skills as a past Bragg Group Scholarship winner and intern, and now a Bragg Summer Cohort Advisor. After transitioning to wellness in 2015, Carolyn founded Noirbud CBD in 2019, thriving through the pandemic and garnering features in Shade Magazine, Beyonce.com, and Martha Stewart. As a seasoned business owner, she not only creates content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram for the past 2 years, but also owns a consulting firm empowering individuals in style, branding, and content creation and coaching. Thank you so much for being here, Carolyn. Next, Curtis Charles, or CC, his close friends call him that, has a long career in fashion, luxury, and consumer lifestyle industries. After starting his career at Saks Fifth Avenue, we did not overlap, Curtis has led teams in many executive roles, including overseeing strategy, direction, product merchandising, marketing, and commercial sales for such companies as Puma, Cole Haan, Nike, PRPS, Donna Karan. He commonly refers to himself as the head janitor. I don't think janitors were that as he focuses on cleaning up missteps and fixing creative and commercial challenges for his clients. And maybe that is why he's often later. Curtis lives by the phase positively dissatisfied and is always challenging the group to go further and deeper for our clients and to not accept the norms. You can always find him in a mall or in Brooklyn, his hometown, checking out new brands or in a bar, watching his beloved Arsenal with his kids. Thank you, Curtis, so much for being here. Naomi Bowie has over a decade of omni-channel retail experience, delivering value to clients through optimization of market opportunities, structured analysis, and creative problem solving. Her retail foundation is in merchandising, planning, and new business development for luxury department stores. And she diversified her acumen to include sports consumer products licensing. After working in the industry, Naomi pivoted into retail consulting, focused on achieving effective and efficient transformation for clients through operational improvement, COGS profitability, and organizational design. Naomi has a particular interest in the international retail landscape and has led the formulation and implementation of strategic initiatives in Canada, China, UK, Mexico, and Australia. Naomi earned a BS in economics from Trinity College and an MBA from Columbia Business School. Thank you so much for being here. So, we're going to talk about the beginning of your careers, and as professionals who have participated in the Bragg internship program, could you share how your experience in the program has shaped your professional journey, specifically with aspects of the program and that have had a lasting impact on your current roles? We'll start with you, Carolyn. Since you're
It is in my hand. Hi guys. My memories of Bragg, I mean, yes, I was an intern, yes, I received a scholarship, but I also had the amazing experience of being a president of the chapter at FIT. And I mean, between Renee Cooper and JJ Thomas, I don't know if you guys experienced that. Thomas, there's always just a level of refinement and professionalism that we got from the program. And I think one of my favorite things was when JJ Thomas would tell us, if you're 10 minutes early, you're on time. If you're on time, then you're late. And I felt like those were the things that were said to us as students that really just, it was always embedded in my head, so I'm always at least 30 minutes early to everything. Because, you know, JJ Thomas is always in my head. But between timeliness and professionalism, I felt like those were the main things that I always carried with me, and definitely coming from that program and my interactions as a president and intern.
Great, thank you. Naomi?
Yeah, mine is sort of right after that. So one, JJ Thomas, on my first day, had us lined up outside of Lord Taylor. I texted my brother, like, I feel like we're on Making the Band, you know? And my brother was like, well, at least you got a good job, a good internship. And honestly, in hindsight, like, all of those principles of being prepared and how you present in your physical, like how you show up, how you sit, how you speak to people, I think Bragg made sure we were very prepared in the corporate space and wherever you were going to go, especially as a person of color. I think I left feeling very refined, and a lot of it was from just observing the Bragg board, right, and how they moved and how they interacted. But I think the best thing I learned from Bragg was actually good work ethic, like hard work ethic. We're all obsessed with like the soft life culture, and so am I. I think we all deserve it. I do not mean we should be exhausting ourselves, but you cannot have like a soft life without hard work, right? No matter what space you're in, you still have to grind it out a little, and I think Bragg instilled those principles in us very early on, and to learn that was like a gift.
I love that soft life, but you cannot have a soft
Can't
life
have a soft life without hard work. Gen Z will tell you otherwise.
I know.
I was not the one that was on time, so
how do I know that?
I got somebody in the back looking at me that can tell you probably some stories, and I'll probably tell you guys some stories later, but for now, we'll stop it there. And yeah, I think those are really some of the big things for me.
Great. All right, so let's discuss, how do you check in with yourself during your career? What tips can you share? Carolyn, give it back. Give it back. What tips can you share that you found helpful to keep your career on track?
This is a great one for you.
He loves that for you.
So this happened at Bragg, but it also is something that happened at other positions where, you know, you check in and say, how am I doing every 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? And I think that is a practice that you maintain throughout your career and life, personal life. So I feel that since I've been, what do they call it, a solopreneur now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm an entrepreneur. No. But I think what I do now is that I create some really strict goals for the year, for the quarter, for the months, because of my experiences at those different positions. And I check in, make sure what my growth is or what my progress is. And I'm not so hard if I miss a few things here and there, or I'm like, okay, I need to push this date back for completion. But those are the things that I always kept within me, whether I was working at a retailer or when I had some time in fitness and wellness. And now as a content creator and business owner, those are the same tools that I use to check in with myself to make sure I'm okay, that I'm happy with my position with myself, and, you know, the opportunities that might swing my way, because I'm always open for pivoting. So, yeah.
The fiscal calendar will keep you
yes,
in check, right? The quarters, making sure.
To have plans, I think one, agreed you should leave some flexibility for life to happen and to take you on some really interesting journeys, but you need direction. And for me, I think I spend a lot of time sitting and thinking about, like, I call it the why principle. So what do I want to do? Okay, X, Y, Z. Why do I want to do that? And what you do through that principle is you get to the root of what drives you, like what keeps you excited, or what do you want to learn more about that you don't already have?
For many years, I was the only one. I was really the only one, right? And then, you know, I would always try to promote and bring in, you know, other, you know, talented, you know, brothers and sisters of any nationality. And one of the things I would always say is, look, I'm here to help you and lean on me as much as possible, right? So I think, you know, the two things is, one, stop thinking that we have to be 101. And then the other thing is really make sure that we're lending out and giving all the expertise and advice free of charge, right? Because that's really what's going to make us all, you know, climb and continue to climb and get to that next level.
Share, like we obviously went through some things, being people of color in some of these spaces, and sure, I had to go to therapy on some of those things. So one thing I said, keep that therapy in check, but also just understanding, like, if people want to treat us a certain way because we are one of one, I think having a mindset of, well, it's your loss, and at the end of the day, I'm going to get the job done, and I'll probably get your job done better. And these are the things that, you know, you have to keep front of mind. And I also was very good at making sure everything was in email, just for protection if I felt uncomfortable at any point in time. But really, when it comes to that topic, it's no longer trauma. Like, I'm here, I got in the door. If you don't like it, then I'm going to continue to grow. And then if I want to, maybe I'll go somewhere else. But I'm here. I think that mentality is really what I wanted to, like, we are here. Yeah. In all spaces. Yes. I feel like, I don't think any one of us have this issue in this room, right? Because if we're part of this community, like, this is going to be second nature. But leaving the ego at the door and always believing that there's always something you don't know and being open to that. And the other thing I feel like I don't need to say, but I'll say it, treating people with kindness. No matter what level you're on or going to or whatever level they're on, I think it always pays off in the long run. Comes full circle. When you leave a good, happy impression on someone, it comes back to you, whether it's from that person directly or through other experiences, but always putting your best foot forward and leading with kindness, good intention, and leaving the ego at the door and just understanding you are always going to learn something. You are not the expert at everything. You're not the expert.
Oh, no. That's perfect birthday, guys. Everybody here, 1, 2, 3. Stay with me. And one more. Thank you.
What's up, guys? Hold on. Okay, so it's Friday, and I can't. Anyway, it's Friday, and Carlos just left the house. He's going to get his hair cut, and I'm waiting for the shower to reheat because that young man takes 30-minute showers. It's very wasteful, but I've seen him in the shower, and he is thoroughly cleaning the entire time. He just has a very different cleaning ritual. You know, I feel like I can get it done in a more time-effective way, but listen, to each their own. But it just kind of drains the hot water. So I'm letting it revitalize itself. And then I'm going to take a shower, and I'm going to meet him in the city to, he has to actually go to Saks to do a return or an exchange or beg them because it's from, I think he bought those things in like December and he has not had time. So I want to go with him to kind of talk to customer service to see what we can do for a first time situation. And yeah, my forehead looks extra big today. Anywho, I'm going to finish my matcha. Try to go to the bathroom because I don't like leaving the house without doing my number. You know what I mean? I just don't feel comfortable. But I also kind of want to sneak to Louis Vuitton. Because my friend, and also she's my SA, she told me that there's some new things. And the shoes that she showed me from what's dropping, I said, what you got over there? What you got over there? You got my size. How much are they? Can you put one on hold for me? I think I like that one in the white. Okay. All right. I'll see you Friday. So we got to figure out a way to make it seem like, oh, I'm just trying it on, and then like tell her to ship it to me afterwards. I don't know. I don't want no problems. I don't want any problems. But then again, I might not like them on my feet in person. But it's a pair of shoes that she sent me pictures of, and I'm like, I'm very intrigued. So anyway, I really look crazy with my forehead out like this. It just feels bigger than normal. Still fits 4 fingers. Anyway, let me charge up this camera. It says 50%. And I don't want it to die on us when we're out there because I want to see what's in the store when we go. We'll be shopping more at the men's floor, but still, I want to see. I'm going to walk around. I want to see the shoe floor. I want to see a pair of, I want to see if they have Ferragamos in stock, the newer ones. I just want to see what they have. What's Carlos texting me? 34. Oh, okay. The address to his barber. But yeah, the panel last night, it was very good. I felt like I was more prepared for this panel, obviously, because they sent the questions beforehand. And we had like a really tight run of show, like 15 minutes on each question. The audience had a good amount of questions as well that, I felt like our answers really brought, delight and inspiration to. And it was in Christian Louboutin offices, and I couldn't really get a lot of footage of the space. They didn't want anyone filming too much. Respectfully, I understand, but it's like they have their cafe. They have such a cute office. I didn't get to see like where the bathrooms were or whatever because I didn't have to go to the bathroom, but it was beautiful. It's stunning in there. And the team from Christian Louboutin was so gracious to let Bragg host the panel there. It was really nice. And I met some members of the team as well. Really, really beautiful people. But yeah, and then I picked up some Thai food after. But also I did make a few friends while I was there. But yeah, I would like to... So I was a Bragg intern. Bragg stands for Black Retail Action Group. They have chapters at high schools and in colleges to help develop young adults professionally and help them to experience different roles in retail related industries, anywhere from food to fashion to sports relations. And in 2000, when I was at FIT, there was 1 year or so that I was the president of the chapter at FIT. And then I also was a recipient of one of their scholarships. And I was also, I talked the same scholarship funding company, which was Elle Magazine at the time. I talked them into putting me as their intern for the summer, but through Bragg, which meant that I needed to be paid. So I did the Bragg internship program, had mentors throughout that, and that introduced me to people within the space, like at Saks Fifth Avenue, the corporate level. And when it was almost time for me to graduate from FIT, one of the mentors through Bragg internship program was a senior buyer at Saks that oversaw some amazing brands. Her name was Star. And she was like, listen, she said, listen, Saks is bringing back their buying program. I think you should apply. You're graduating soon. Like, you need a job, and like, you would be a great fit to be a merchandising assistant to a buyer. I was like, okay, cool. I applied. I got in. And then that's how I got a job right out of college as a merchandising assistant at Saks Fifth Avenue under June Horn, which is one of the legendary seasoned buyers there. Although my experience with her was not my best, I learned a lot under that position. And I also was introduced to Jamila Hernandez, that was my mentor through the actual buying program. And that was the person who is also my mentor through the Bragg program, and we've been tight ever since. And she asked me to be a part of the panel last night. They did hint that I will probably be moderating a panel later on in this year, and you know, we talked about what they need on the board as well. So it's kind of cool, like everything's coming full circle. But Bragg had such an amazing impact on me as a professional, as an individual, when it came to just refining who I was, and you know, introducing myself as a professional and being on time, work ethic, presentation, all the things. Like, and I did coach a internship group one summer, and every year for the internship program, while you are full-time interning at these stores or brands and whatnot, doing day-to-day things, you also have to meet with your group to create this presentation that speaks to the, I know when I was doing mine was for the buying power, the Black buying power, or POC buying power. And I feel like my group that I coached that summer as a Bragg mentor, that was the same topic. I was so excited to coach these kids, and I was like, man, put some spin on this presentation, throw some GIFs in there, have fun with it. Like I was so, I wanted them to win, because I didn't win when I was in my internship. I was salty, okay? And my group won, and I was so hype about it. I was like, my revenge to my children. Listen, it was a good time. So it was really cool to be on that panel last night. It felt like home, like a tight-knit community. And still, my mentors are role models for me, just watching them, what they do, and soaking up all the things. And really powerful women and men. But yeah, anywho, let me charge up this camera, and we're going to go into the city or whatever and meet up with my man, Carlos. And let's see how much trouble I can get into when we're at Saks and potentially Louis Vuitton. If he's not down with going with me to Louis Vuitton, I'm leaving him, and he can go home, and I'm just going to be like, I need to see my friends. You go now. Leave me alone. All right. Bye, guys. We're in the city, ready to run our errands. Mateo did look a little strange being by himself on his little scooter. I'm like, where that little boy going?
It's like, I'm out of here.
Right? Ooh.
Yes, hi. Yes, hi. Okay. Right.
Nada más. Y así que después al último que la hermana sacó la batería del teléfono. Ya cayó. Good thing you don't have to change the zipper.
I don't have to change the zipper?
You don't have to. I'm going to reattach. I use the original one.
Okay.
See if I have some similar stopper like this one.
Yeah.
Connect it and reattach the slider.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So good pets, huh?
Yeah, they're cool. I got them from here. in here. But he found some really
No,
cute shoes.
No, it's
Going
truly the
to
H's fault,
Louis
which
now.
is his son. He has to be mad at his son.
Where are we at now?
Zara.
Why?
Because I underdressed. I gotta get myself a sweatshirt or a hoodie or something.
You like your shoes you got today?
Yeah, I'm gonna treat myself to something nice. I actually bought myself something at full retail price.
At
which I
full
never do.
retail.
I actually get my
know.
stuff on discount. Everything I paid for is full retail today. It's a sit.
All right, it's so quiet up here. These are so cute.
I saw these, I was like, I think the man would love these.
Look at that. It looks like a little knot.
This is the notch LV pump.
Carlos forgot. We have to get visuals of the food.
I got the olives too quickly.
This bread is so good though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's that, hummus?
Hummus.
Hold on. It's trying to detect you. What are you giving up for Lent?
Sugar. Hard alcohol.
Okay. Oops.
You know. Jesus and them used to crush grapes back in their days, so I think I could, you know, I'm acceptable with some grapes, right? And there's two other things that I'm giving up, but I'm not gonna say, because, you know, for your audience.
What is it?
You want me to say?
Yeah.
Well, you always said it.
Oh, okay. I'll cut it. It's fine. Honestly, This is how you know the calamari was good. It's gone. It's gone, guys. It's gone. How is that? Baked clams?
Really good. Wow.